Hey everybody, Mario here, otherwise known as Y2M on the interwebs, and welcome to another edition of the Reboot Review. Alright, so here we are in December, which is pretty much the tail end of the year, and the holiday season's upon us. And this is also the month where we're in the 4th month of DC's New 52. So let's get started with the first set of issue 4s. I got 4 this time around, and let's start us off with Red Lanterns number 4. Red Lanterns was doing pretty well. Issue 4 kinda fell a little short. I don't know what Atrocitus is trying to do. I mean, obviously he wants an army loyal to him and loyal to the cause of vengeance. Sure, we'll go with that. But of course, they're all a bunch of rage-filled zombies. He wants them to be somewhat sentient. Bleeze was going to be his first lieutenant and threw her into the Lake of Blood, and she became sentient. But along with that sentience comes the pain and the awful memories of the life before being a Red Lantern. And it was actually a provocative issue in the 3rd issue. Here, it just feels like Atrocitus is like, you. Chuck, splash, and hope for the best. And also, we know what the hell's going to happen with those humans. We know that one of them is going to be a Red Lantern. Come on, Milligan, stop delaying the inevitable. We know what's going to happen. Just make it happen already. Honestly, getting a little insight into some of the Red Lanterns is pretty nice, but I just really hope that there's some sort of a culminating tie-in, you know, something, some goal, some challenge, some adversary that comes along. Makes this book kind of a worthwhile read. We did get a little bit of a hint of that at the end of this issue. I'm hoping it's not a red herring, because that would piss me off. So, it's not exactly the strongest issue of Red Lanterns. It was rather decent. Next up is Justice League International number 4. Okay, so JLI has slowly but surely, steadily made its climb into impressing me. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's been impressing. I felt that there was a lot of action and no direction in this issue. Kind of like Red Lanterns in a way. We get to see the villain Paraxis, you know, do his thing, and poor Guy Gardner pays the price a little bit. And we do get his intentions. We do know why Paraxis is here, which isn't the most original of reasons, but for JLI it works. I still have yet to see Booster Gold step up as leader. He did so, I think, in issue 2, but we haven't really seen much of Booster since, which is kind of disappointing because I actually was starting to root for the guy. And no one else has really stepped up and I don't know, shined in this team. This is kind of disappointing because for me, and for a lot of others that don't really know, a lot of DC heroes besides the main core ones that we see everywhere, we really want to learn more about them. We want more insight. We didn't really get to see it up until now. And I'm hoping that the future issues change that. So we now have the purpose of the Signalmen. We know why they're there, we know how long they've been there, we know who's controlling them, we know why. We just don't know what's going to happen. Which I suppose isn't bad. I sure would like to see things wrap up real soon and see what else can come to JLI's table. It's been a sure climb. It's not bad. It's just not up there for me to go, oh my gosh, I gotta have this series every freaking month. But it's gonna get there. I know it's gonna get there. I can see it steadily climbing up there. It's a good solid issue, and I recommend you picking this up. Moving on, Detective Comics number 4. Alright, so pretty much Detective Comics can be best summed up in a roller coaster ride. It can go up, it can go down, it can go up, it can go down. It has its boring climb moments and its exciting drop-off moments. It's been all over the place. But fortunately for us, the exciting moments have outweighed the boring drop-off moments. However, the fact that Tony Daniel tries in each issue to end on a major cliffhanger doesn't always pay well. Issue 1, oh my gosh. Issue 2, really? Issue 3? Huh. Issue 4? Yeah, alright, that's cool. And that's pretty much that's been the reaction. He can't keep doing this. I mean, I understand that the whole point of monthlies, like Detective Comics and pretty much every other comic out there, is to hook you, is to keep you hanging for the next issue. I understand that. But we really shouldn't be trying too hard. Nobody likes to try hard. The storyline's been moving along nicely, I think. I hope things get resolved with the doll maker. I'm starting to see signs of him being a one-trick pony, so I'm hoping that this storyline gets resolved really quick. Otherwise, he will become like Bane and other one-trick ponies that need to go into a Suicide Squad to make his character both cool and relevant again, which would be interesting to see, but he's a new character, so no, not really. And I'm rambling. But I have made a good point. The artwork is once again stellar. Tony Daniel is a great artist. He's a decent writer, and issue 4, I didn't really catch any mistakes or any dumb monologue. Clearly, he's getting his groove in terms of Detective Comics, and I hope that this storyline with the Dollmaker gets resolved quickly, and I hope we get to see what else Tony Daniel can bring to the table as far as Detective Comics is concerned. This is really a good read. It's an exciting read. It's definitely not a Batman. Batman is leaps ahead of all the other Bat books, but if you want something else Batman related that is pretty exciting, Detective Comics is for you. Alright, and finally, of course, Action Comics number 4, which is also my pick for this installment of the Reboot review. Action Comics has been knocking them out of the park pretty much since issue 1. If you want to know what Superman is about, if you want to see Superman's younger adventures, if you want to get the Man of Steel before he officially or truly officially becomes the Man of Steel, check out Action Comics. We've gotten insight into how Superman works, why he fights the good fight, the things that will eventually lead up to the relationships between Lois, Jimmy, and all the others. We get to see Metropolis as how it was before the Superman series. We get to see Lex Luthor introduced, and already an alien-hating guy. We get to see the origins of a couple of other characters in this one. And the fact that the extra pages of this issue are not just boring, useless text, but actually have a splash story about Steel, another character that's coming back to the new DC universe, which is awesome. His story ties into the main story a little bit, so it's actually a great solid issue all around. In the last issue we got to see a little bit about Krypton and how it went down with Krypton in the New 52, which I enjoyed thoroughly. The fact that we're getting a lot of insight and information about Superman's past and his origin has just been all kinds of amazing. And I only wish that the guys that are behind the actual Superman proper series take note of Action Comics. Take note of Grant Morrison. He really is doing his amazing things with Action Comics, and I have not been disappointed yet. Even if issue 3 was a little bit slow, was still far better than a lot of other issue 3s that I picked up. Action Comics is up there. It's one of my top 5 series in the DC universe right now, and I highly recommend anyone who considers themselves a DC fan, or a Superman fan, or hell, even a general comics fan, to pick up Action Comics. This is one book that you don't want to drop, you want to stay with for a while. Well, I'm back to full health. I've got my comics. Things should be going pretty normally as far as comics releases are concerned. But as always, you never know. That about does it for now. Comment, video response, you know the drill. I will get back to you. I do read and I do check out the responses. Hey guys, so what are you still reading up until this point? I know I dropped a couple of issues, you may have noticed that, and I do have my reasons for that, and I will get to explaining them real soon. What have you dropped? What are you still reading? What are you very much hooked with still? I would love to hear your responses, and yeah, just keep the dialogue going. Live Nerdcore, Y2M out.